crying out loud. Look, this is all starting to get real confusing here. What you're saying is everyone, and I mean everyone, forgot about Rahu entirely? That's correct. That's impossible. What could possibly make everyone just forget about this all at once? I don't know, some kind of mind-swiping device? Oh, nothing can make that happen naturally. Are you saying someone devised a way to erase every living human's memory entirely? Yes. The engineers of this foolish plan wanted to erase everyone's memories and plant false ones. Our government carried out this plan hundreds of years ago, once the dome was completed. What? What? The government found a way to make everyone forget about Rahu? Yes. The world exists entirely within this dome. Outside the dome, there is nothing. We are all raised thinking that this dome is our true home, where we will live and die. That is a great lie. The memory implant told us all that this dome contained mankind's entire world. But why? Rahu will awaken. It is inevitable. Could you live a normal life knowing Rahu would return? But never knowing when... I see. It was to give us a sense of security, even if it was just a lie. But how is that possible? What could possibly erase everyone's memory like that? I don't know, but they did it. They made a device that could erase everyone's memory. Thank you for reiterating the obvious. I can't believe it. I'm sure we would have heard of something like that. Captain Mira, I've already told you. There are some things not even Class S commanders have been told. How do we know you didn't make up the whole story? I mean, seriously, everybody had their memories wiped? If so, how is this information even passed down to us now? I suppose you have no evidence except that one of these devices still exists this very day. Really? Where is it? It can't possibly be on my wrist. I got it! Harry, you do? It's at the lab. The custom Robo research lab. That's why the C Syndicate was there. You're right. You're the man, Harry. No, it's not at the lab. I thought so. Harry's not that smart. There's no way he could have figured it out before me. So, where is it? Jose. That still seems gay. Yes? Your father's watch. That's the device. It can erase people's memories. You've had it all along. What? Jose's watch? That's why Z's leader said something about defeating Rahu with Jose's watch. I see. Now I can put 1 and 1 to make 2. The device that was used to defeat Rahu is one that could erase people's memories. Yes, hundreds of years ago, the very device helped us defeat Rahu. How many times are we going to say the same thing over and over, people? Sergey, how does Jose have it? How did something like that wind up with him? We already went frickin' over this! What was Jose's father like? He was a distinguished scientist, one of the highest-ranking officials in the government. That is why he was told the truth. We all live with false memories implanted by the government. When he learned that people have been deprived of the truth for so long, he began to have doubts. He questioned the ethics of the plan, and he knew that Rahu would rise once again. Marcia, my leader told me where your power came from. It was a result of the erasure, a side effect. Who knew that mind-swiping had side effects? Right now, every aspect of your brain's development is controlled. The side effect was unexpected. Nobody realized that the dramatic change in environment and memory blocks and implants would generate this effect. No one could explain what exactly created Marcia's power. Marcia, your power is born from the tragedy humans suffered hundreds of years ago. You are the ghost of the past! Huh? Data's been saved again. Wow, this is just a bunch of talking, isn't it? Let's get back to the subject. You said that Jose's father had doubts about the false memories. Was he the only one in the government who felt this way? He must have been something. He was. He stole the only remaining model of the memory erasure device. He escaped to the outside world with several of his colleagues. I'm sure the government must have been quick to send someone after him. Yes, the government soldiers had one goal, to retrieve the memory erasure device. They searched all over the outside world for him, but he was always one step ahead. Because he had, as great, put 5 steps outside of the dome. He hid it inside the dome city himself. Oh, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. I was talking about something else. Instead of taking the device with him into exile, he hid it inside of the dome city itself. He reconfigured it into that watch so that no one would be able to identify it. And then he gave the watch to Jose. Yes, to the one person he knew he could trust. Someone who didn't know the power of the object he had. And that's why your leader formed the C Syndicate. And all this time the Z Syndicate's goal had actually been to inform people of the truth. It was at first. We wanted people to know the truth, to prepare themselves in case Rahu did attack again. But as time passed, he began to worry, to doubt himself. He began to worry that informing everyone of the truth would only trigger mass panic. He realized that it might be best to find a way to stop Rahu without having the people know about it. That was the moment when my leader formed a syndicate made up of the strongest fighters. And that's when he recruited you. I wanted to save this ruined world. In order to do that, I knew I would have to help him. He told me he needed someone to support him, no matter how insane his orders might seem. But you could have told Marcia before you left. You owed her at least that much, didn't you? To be honest, I had planned on leaving Marcia before I met your father. Dun dun dun! Plot twist! My sister would do anything I told her. If I had stayed, she would never have left my shadow. It was unacceptable, unthinkable. I wanted her to think for herself, to grow into the commander she is today. I thought that if I weren't around, she would have the opportunity she needed to think for herself. That's why I left the way I did. But I always watched over her. I would come to her aid in a second if she were ever in danger. I left, even though I knew I ran the risk of alienating her, of making her hate me for leaving her. Sergei, I've learned something. My partner's taught me something more valuable than I'd realized. Spoiling someone isn't love. Ooh, burn to most of the parents out there today. Ding ding. Sometimes you need to be strict in order to be compassionate. That's when I figured it out. That's when I knew that my older brother still cared about me. That he still loved me. And I wondered if it wasn't why he had left me in the first place. That helped me to understand that's why I still love you. Thank you, Sergei. You've grown so strong, Marcia. And you have such a weird British accent. Really, that's a really weird accent. Stop that. The more I hear about this, the more complicated the situation gets. I agree. Still, after hearing all that, it sounds like the Z formed in order to help out mankind. But what about Oboro? That guy wanted Rahu for himself. When our old leader grew ill, Oboro and Eliza made a grab for power. That's when it began to crumble. The more they knew about Rahu's amazing powers, the more they wanted to possess it. They've forgotten about our leader's goals. They planned such foolishness as diving into Rahu. I guess there's always one selfish sicko in every group. I guess which one's in our group, huh, Harry? I acted as Oboro's subordinate while looking for the chance to strike back. But wait, why was Eliza at the lab? Did it have something to do with Rahu? Oboro and Eliza both knew that the memory erasure device was the key to destroying Rahu. But they didn't know our leader had already stolen it. He was never sure he could trust them. They wanted that device so they could tame Rahu for their own ends, instead of destroying it. Eliza must have thought that the custom Robo research lab would have such a device. That's why she attacked the lab. See? Just as I thought. Eliza thought that the device was at the research lab. I am smart. I think just like the Z Syndicate's leaders. Which simply shows how flawed her thinking truly is. We've spoken long enough. Jose, may I borrow your watch? Seriously, what is this? 3 parts of nothing but talking now? I want some action here. I have a chip your father gave me. I'm going to insert it into your watch now. No sexual connotations whatsoever there. Once I've inserted the chip, the watch's memory erasure functions will be restored. I understand. I'll give you my watch. Thank you. Please wait while I insert the chip. Beep. What's gonna happen when the memory erasure device is working? It looks funky. I've inserted the chip into your device. Watch. The memory erasure device is now functional. Jose, I believe this is yours. Your father put it into your hands for a reason. We're still wearing it. Point towards your target and activate it. I understand. We're almost near the end. Let's go destroy Rahu. Do you know where to find it? I've attached a tracking device to Rahu. If it's transmitting, we'll know where Rahu is. Let's hurry. With every passing second, Rahu continues to evolve. It's still evolving? No duh. Like I said before, Rahu evolves. Rahu is especially drawn to negative feelings, hatred, envy, greed, all of which Oboro went over earlier. It absorbs that mental energy, uses it to fuel its metamorphosis. So that's why it's looked different every time we've seen it. It's not just its appearance that's changing, it's growing stronger with each evolution. The device will erase Rahu's genetic memory so that it stops evolving. I fear that Rahu is resting now, preparing for its next evolution. We can defeat it if we erase its memory and eliminate its advantage. Let's go! Follow the leader. Now! Oh. Okay, fine. It's alright, he's just fainted. He won't wake up for a while. We need to focus on Rahu, not Oboro. So let's go. Meteor Storm Gun! Kashanka Lank. Jumping Pod, okay, I could care less.